Yeah, I think the game period changed the mood. It was a really good baseball game. And, you know, when you're in the 6th, 7th inning and you're thinking of things, if it doesn't go well, it does go well, you know, what you're going to say to the club. And I was just going to reiterate to them that that's how we play. You know, win or lose, and like we talked about before the game in here, you know, you play the game the right way, good things will happen. And I thought both sides just played really good baseball tonight.
Was an example of that Peralta sneaking in at first?
That was beautiful. You know, we worked so hard on all the rundown stuff. And the outfielders, a lot of times, are not involved in those drills. And we just talked to them about, and Dave does a great job coordinating where they're supposed to be. So that was perfection by him. Yeah, the middle of the infield between, you know, Nick's plays all over the field are incredible, and Segura's bat and making all the plays over there, they look really good.
Were you surprised they pitched to Goldie?
Yeah, I was, because the first 2 pitches didn't seem to be close, and then all of a sudden, you know, the third one was a strike. But he's a good pitcher, Strop, and he had his way with us last night, and he looked good before that. So, in some ways, yes. I know they had the lefty loose for David after that, but you know, he's a pretty good setup guy.
Robbie obviously had the one inning where he kind of lost command.
Yeah.
6 and 2 runs, Orioles.
I mean, that was what we needed. We really needed that. You know, we had brought Bushman up for the length, and we had him up ready to go. We didn't want Robbie to throw too many pitches in one inning. We didn't want to, you know, put his arm in harm's way. It was strange. He hasn't shown the wildness that he had, and you know, even Goldie went out there one time, I think it was on the bench, he said, "Hey, they aren't squaring you up at all. Just throw it over the plate, and you're going to get them out." So he had really good stuff, electric stuff with the fastball again. I think it's the off-speed stuff wasn't, you know, he wasn't throwing that for a strike tonight, and that was probably hurting him a little bit. But they were sitting fastball, and they just were not squaring it up. Well, I mean, he just, you know, gets into some mode sometimes where he's either taking or swinging. It seemed like he was swinging at the wrong ones and taking the wrong ones. And so that was a tough pitch he hit. That was about Adam's apple high, and he got on top. He has the ability to hit really, really good pitcher's pitches. Sometimes the ball will look like it's going to hit him, and he will square it up. So he has a good ability with the barrel to manipulate it. So. We'll take it.
Hitting has kind of killed you guys lately.
Yes.
To only come away with 2 with the bases loaded, did you look at that as a win?
It was a definite win. I mean, that was what we talked about. We were saying, you know, just control the damage. That's one thing we've talked about from day one of spring training is with our offense, we're going to score some runs at some point. So just controlling that damage was huge by Robbie. And you know, Dave Stewart was just telling me, you know, one thing we've learned about Robbie over these 2 years is he's got ice water in his veins, man. He was in deep trouble there with good hitters at the plate, and he didn't flinch, so that was huge.
And with Castillo, he's struggled this homestand, but to come up with that hit in the 9th, his run eventually scores, and it's against the Cubs.
Yeah, I think he just offensively just pressing a little bit, but you're right. I mean, it was a huge hit for him against his old team. He was. You know, he was battling all night. He got into some good counts, you know, and just probably swung at some bad pitches. But he's our horse. You know, he's the guy that leads us back there, and he'll be back in there tomorrow.